Good evening, everybody. You're watching the Dylan Nasso Show. My name is Dylan Nasso. We're going to be talking about two topics today. So we have the Tucker Carlson. He's starting his own political party. I don't know how far that's going to go. Then we're also going to talk about Trump's executive orders to restrict birthright citizenship. So finally, a good news day. Originally, I wasn't going to talk about anything until I realized that Tucker Carlson is trying to make his own political party. There's two things that you have to think about this, but before we get into it, I did not go live yesterday. I might go live today to go do some debates. I don't know. Not feeling the greatest. It was kind of a hard thing to even get myself to do the show today. But anyways, we have that. I'm probably going to post another video on some topic. So be open for that. And yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so Trump, this is from Axios. So Trump is against Tucker Carlson and Tucker Carlson is against Trump. Really weird to think about. Both of them are against each other. So obviously they hate each other, and Tucker Carlson does not like Trump. Most people don't like Trump anymore. And so he is making his own political party, as he said. So pretty much he makes a 10-point plan and manifesto. So I'm going to read you the words, and then we're actually going to say what he claims. And looking at it, I think he left some things out. I don't know. I have to do more deep diving. Okay, well, here's the thing. The policies, I don't have a disagreement here, right? I just wouldn't trust him as president. Let me keep it honest with you. And you shouldn't either. I'll get into that. But let's start with fair, sovereign, productive, beautiful, healthy, honest, optimistic, wise, decent, united. Okay, listen, it just doesn't get people rallying. We're gonna be united, like, dude, it ain't happening, dude. Being united is gone. The left and the right will never be united, ever. And when people say that, like, it's so corny, we need to unite, like, it's just not gonna happen. Okay, I'm not gonna unite with someone that's okay with baby murder. You understand? Like, I'm not gonna unite with someone that's okay with transing kids. Like, I'm not gonna unite with someone that's pro-Israel. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say here? I'm gonna fix my camera. I feel like it's pissing me off. Yeah, I'm not gonna unite with those people. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like, I hate the word united. All right, because it can't happen. In the 50s, it could happen because the Democratic Party wasn't fighting for baby murder. You know, we were having the divides were like, you know, the tax code, the national debt. Now it's whether you have the right to life, and we shouldn't silence our opponents, and we shouldn't do deportations, and we should have communism. That's what I'm trying to unite with. Like, you understand what, like, that whole thing is? Decent, like, what's that even mean? What could that possibly mean? Decent? That is just, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Wise, okay. Optimistic. I agree that we should be optimistic, but without, like, right now, what's there be, like, optimistic about? But I guess, okay. Honest, healthy, beautiful. I mean, we do need that. Productive, again, what does that mean? Sovereign, I like that. And then fair. Again, what does that mean? What does fair mean? Because when people say fair, well, you have, like, people saying, well, the pay gap between men and women. Like, what he writes here is so, like, it doesn't I don't see fair with that. It makes no sense to me, quite frankly. Makes absolutely no sense. So let's read what he said. Number one, fair. The rules should apply to presidents, federal agents, elites such as Jeffrey Epstein, whose immunity Carlson cast as emblematic of a Epstein class enriching itself through a corrupt system. Listen, I don't disagree with that. It's just that I actually agree with most of the things he's saying here. And I just don't understand, like, I wouldn't want him as president. This is where I'm going to get into this, but, like, I'm not disagreeing with that. Actually, yeah, we should put the Epstein people in jail. Anyone else associated with him. Anyone that even went to the island, you're getting taxed, okay? That's what I would do. If I was able to, this is why we can't have democracy, because this will never pass. If we had an aristocracy, right, where I'm not even saying I'm pro aristocracy. Okay, I'm not even saying that. I'm not saying I'm pro aristocracy. I'm saying democracy has major flaws. If you had an aristocracy, as Plato said, and they were like virtuous, we could punish these people accordingly. Even if you went to the island, you'll get like, and you didn't do anything. Well, you went to an island and you partied, and that was still immoral. You get like an extra 2%, 5% taxes on your income tax. Like, I mean, I'm not even against that. Sovereign, and obviously the human traffickers gotta go to jail, of course. Sovereign. Carlson claims Israel pushed U.S. into war with Iran through bribery or threat or both, while describing foreign lobbying, corporate control of government, and high interest debts as a form of slavery. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, there's nothing to disagree with. Like, if you are paleo-conservative America first, that you just don't disagree with that. Productive. America should rebuild farming, manufacturing, craftsmanship while rejecting the economy dominated by finance, real estate, speculation, and surveillance systems and weapons. How? Is he pro-tariff? I don't know if he's pro-tariff. How? Because if you're going to have Thomas Massey working with you, he's the most anti-tariff guy in the world. He's a libertarian. He's against tariffs. I don't know how you're going to work with that. How would you do that? You're going to need tariffs, and Thomas Massey doesn't like tariffs. So he's going to get coming at you. You don't want that. Beautiful. Carlson alleged that urban planners deliberately uglified. Is that even a word? American cities and portrayed brutalist architecture, graffiti, public drug use, and violent crime as deliberate attacks on the public. Again, I don't disagree with that. 5, healthy. I'm just going to symbolize this. He wants RFKs, like the original RFK, Haifa, or Maha. That's what he wanted. Honest. This is just releasing records from 9/11, JFK, and everything like that. Yeah, I agree with that. 7, optimistic. Carlson argued that having children is a biological. Yeah, you should have kids. Yeah, I agree. 8, like, schools should teach how the physical world actually works and what he called unchanging facts about human nature. Excuse me. Including innate differences between men and women. Just, yeah. So the other two, this is just coming at Israel. And number 10, Carlson halting immigration. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about it. I don't disagree. I really don't disagree with this. And I was watching Nick a little bit. He's coming at the messaging. I agree the messaging is horrible. Like, these words won't unite people. Okay, I'm not voting for this. And if Tucker Carlson is on the ballot, I'm not voting for him. But besides the point, the policies, I don't disagree with you. You really can't disagree with the policies, right? And again, I don't like Tucker, but these policies are good because we agree on like 90% of things. It's just that extra 10% is his Palantir, and he's going to just ultimately support JD Vance. The loose group includes former MTG or Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, and Joe Kent. That's the problem we're going to have here, okay? Because these people are radically different, okay? Thomas Massey's a libertarian. Joe Kent is, with Joe Kent, I don't trust him. I think he's only here, and he's only pro-America first because it's popular. Like, only because it's popular. He had no plans. Come on. If he really liked America first, he would have never betrayed Nick the way he did. He was pro-Nick until, January 6th. So, yeah. Now, here's the thing with this, right? And we're coming on 10. I'm probably going to talk about this for a little bit longer. With talking about Tucker Carlson, right? The Palantir connection. Thiel made his career, okay? Peter Thiel made his career. He believes in every other conspiracy theory. Everything else. 9/11, Israel did 9/11. Israel did kill JFK. That he even said that Israel killed Charlie Kirk, which that's crazy. That's just no evidence for that. And I'm as anti-Israel as you get. That just isn't true, right? We'll believe in aliens. He'll believe in the Leviathan. He'll believe the Megalodon's still out around, bro. He'll believe in that. He'll believe in the Loch Ness Monster. The only thing he'll not call out is Peter Thiel and Palantir. That's it. That's it. It's because Peter Thiel, he owes Peter Thiel something, right? And Peter Thiel has him like on a chain, okay? So I don't want a Palantir bitch as my president. You think that this is good? Do you think that you should vote for this guy? I mean, don't. The only guy there I like is Thomas Massie. I would vote for Thomas Massie. Nobody else. Actually, I don't like his economic policy, but I liked everything else Thomas Massie does, right? And yeah, like this is a problem. Like, and let's just also talk about you're not going to win as a third party in the United States. This is the thing with America. We complain. Oh, we only have a two-party system. Well, you keep voting for the two parties. There's many great parties that you can look at. I bet you're not even doing research. Okay, this is the problem with American people. We want a two-party. We want a more than a two-party system. Everyone else has a more than a two-party system, bro. Well, we have more than two parties. You're just not voting for them. We had Pat Buchanan. You know what America decided to pick from? Al Gore and George W. Bush. They picked those two people over Pat Buchanan. Like, dude, we suck. The American people are so bipolar. We need you. If you want more than two parties, which I agree with, no one likes a two-party system. Nobody. Because eventually it's just going to be communism versus Groypers. That's what's going to happen, okay? Groypers are going to take over Washington, and communists are going to take over the left wing. If you want a different party, you're going to start voting for the third party. There's a Libertarian Party. There's an actual Communist Party, like a Marxist Party. You have the Reform Party, the Teacup Party. Tea Party, my bad. Not Teacup Party. What the hell's wrong with me? Tea Party. And America won't vote for any of them. Like, dude, if you don't like this thing, right? I vote for the lesser of the two evils, but there's like a way better candidate. Like, you had Obama and John McCain. Both suck. John McCain, war hawk, neoconservative. And then you have Obama, who's awful, right? The IRS came after conservatives, legalized gay marriage. So he was awful. And you have Chuck Baldwin, who you guys probably even know who he is, Christian conservative, Christian nationalist. We didn't vote for him. He didn't get 1% of the vote. So third parties are never going to work out in the United States. As much as we try, it won't. And also, listen, I'm not even going to say this unrealistic, but again, he won't win. And again, if you're considering voting for Tucker 2028, please look into his Palantir connections, okay? And ultimately, because Peter Thiel, again, has him by the chains, Peter Thiel is going to vote for J.D. Vance. Don't support J.D. Vance. Dude, ultimately, Tucker Carlson is just going to vote for J.D. Vance. This is not going to go anywhere. But if it does, he isn't going to win because, again, America is not too fond of third parties. And two, you shouldn't vote for him. So, yeah. I've talked about that for 15 minutes. Again, I'll have to see what happens more. The policies I'm not necessarily against. It's just that I don't trust him as president. I feel like he'd just be a Trump 2.0 and just turn his back on the people. I just have a feeling. I just don't think Tucker is I don't trust Tucker. If a guy like Donald Trump can betray the American people, he was an American. He had a reality TV show. I mean, at the time, everyone loved reality TV. Everyone loved Trump. He was a Forbes top 100 most popular people. What else? He came in. He was really popular. Outsider that won an election, like that's really rare. That never happens. Build a wall. Mexico's gonna pay for it, and stuff like that. When the whole Republican Party was against him, and he betrays the American people, he will too. You can't trust this guy. Don't trust him. Have some, just wait to see who comes out. We gotta wait. Don't put your answers. Don't put your chips in. It's only 2026. Don't put your chips in on any candidate. I'm not, but I'm definitely probably not gonna vote for Vance, or definitely not Rubio. Definitely not Rubio. Vance, I would consider, but I would have to consider. It depends if you can convince us. Like even Nick said, he's like he's willing to vote, but I don't see Vance. I don't trust Vance. You should not actually. Vance is off my list because Vance is Palantir connection, so I don't trust him either. So, and he's taking APAC money, and he's like, he's taking so much money from APAC, and if he even denounces APAC, well, you took like what was it, $30 million? It might have been more from APAC. Like you really don't you don't have a say against them. So, yeah. Anyways, I want to move on to the birthright citizenship thing here. This is from Axios too. Wow. Okay, so let's read this here. President Trump signed 2 executive orders aimed to restricting birthright citizenship and cracking down on birthright birth tourism. One order to limit automatic U.S. citizenship. I have a lisp. What's wrong with me? Speak English. For certain children born in the U.S., particularly in cases involving parents who allegedly entered the country through fraud or fall into specific legal expectations cited by the administration, and then obviously birth tourism, which is like I don't want to read all that. Birth tourism is pretty much when I guess like you're not in the United States and you're traveling. This is my biggest problem against birthright citizenship, and you're gonna watch like. And whenever I talk about birthright citizenship, I mean, I just get flooded in the comments. But, yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think, and here's the problem, this is why no other country uses birthright citizenship, because it's not good. Because you're thinking that, well, you come to America, you have a kid, does that person all of a sudden become, like, American? No! Because, first of all, not even going to live here. And second of all, they're not going to live here. So what's the point making them a citizen? It should be my policy. Actually, one of my friends helped me make out this policy with birthright citizenship. Let me just find this. I have it on my docs. Okay. So children of U.S. citizens, that should be a no-brainer. Children of naturalized immigrants, that's another one. And children of immigrants proving intent to stay in the nation. So, like, you have to, like, if you're a child of an immigrant, you have to swear that you will not leave the country and you will swear loyalty to America. But that's the thing. First generation immigrants, you can see with a lot, like the newer immigrants, they don't see themselves as American. They see themselves as Somalian. They see themselves as Hispanic. They don't see themselves as Americans. Like, you guys see yourself as American, man. Like, second generation immigrant here. American. Born in America. You are a native citizen. But yeah, those are my 3 exceptions. You can't just be an illegal immigrant and have a kid here. Like, this just makes no sense. Your parents are illegal immigrants. You should be able to get deported. And also saying that, like, if you're on a trip here, you also then get birthright citizenship. Like, come on, dude. Like, you have a brain. Like, come on. What else? So, yeah. I don't know how this is legally gonna, like, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna legally pass. I think the Supreme Court is gonna strike it down again. No one's a fan of birthright citizenship besides the left wingers. Like, you should see my comments. So, like, if you look at my TikTok on birthright citizenship, I got ratioed in the comments because it sucks, right? And I'm not even against, like, the idea of birthright citizenship. I think that birthright citizenship is good if it's used correctly, and it has to have the right laws behind it. So, like, again, your parents are citizens. So my dad and my mom are citizens of America. They were born here. So guess what? I become a citizen. That makes sense. If your parents are naturalized immigrants, they don't even have to be citizens. Well, okay, fine, great. And if you're an immigrant here, right? Well, most of my third policy, children of immigrants proving intent to stay in the nation. Yeah. So I wouldn't even go against, like, you have to say, I swear loyalty to America if you're a first generation immigrant. So that's the problem. That's not even assimilated. That's even first generation immigrants don't assimilate. Um. Anyways, I would say I hope this passes. I hope this stays. I mean, again, I'll never agree with birthright citizenship. It makes no sense to me at all. You shouldn't be here. Get the fuck out of our country, please. Please get out of our country. We don't want you here, man. You're not American. What I would define as American, before I'm gonna do research on this, but these people aren't American, and they're like, we have to like pay for these people and stuff. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. I haven't heard a reasonable argument. You know, arguments I hear. Well, they're born in America. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But you can be born in America. Your mom and dad, and also, if you're against like splitting up families, you'd be against birthright citizenship. So we could just deport them all. Like, dude. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But anyways, I'm happy that I hope this works. But knowing Trump, it's a strike down. Trump can't win. He just hasn't gotten a win on immigration. What's his wins? I just can't think of his wins. His wins are net negative immigration. And if we have that, if we can hold on to net negative immigration for like 20 years, I'm fine with that. All right, because is the economy crumbling? Like, no. Is the economy crumbling? Is no, it's just not, right? In some cases, sure, like we're in shortages, but like in terms of like, I don't think it would really matter. I don't think mass deportations would crumble the economy, but if you want a better economy, you would support mass deportations. If you want a more unified country, you would want to do mass deportations, but it'll never happen in democracy. So in our democracy we have, it will never happen, right? We need to go back to a different type of democracy, but this democracy sucks. It'll never happen here. And actually, democracy is the reason why we're in this situation where we have 11 million illegal immigrants in the country. And on top of that, I don't even know how many illegal immigrants are in the country. A lot. So, and through democracy, we repealed Remain in Mexico. And that's how we got this horrible situation. So, anyways, I'm surprised. Yeah, 22 minutes. That's good enough. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll end it here because, I went 15 minutes on Tucker Carlson. I'm more happy that I don't have to talk about the Iran war today because I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk. I'd rather jump off a bridge and talk about it right now. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll probably talk about it tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. God bless.